Hey, Darthena Culpepper here with Her Journey Support Group for mothers that has lost a child or, unfortunately, in some mothers' case, children. Um, we are local based here in Ohio. Our website is www.herjourneygroup.com. We have a private Facebook page, Her Journey. Feel free to join. Um, Stay tuned with all of our upcoming events, our Zoom meetings, which will be kind of Zoom and physical. But you can get most of your information right on our Facebook channel from me or my co-founder, Dion, okay? So I'm going to pick up where I left off at my last video, talking about signs that we don't die. Um, some of you already know me from my previous videos. My name is Darthena Culpepper. I am a bereaved mother. My son and only son, Jeffrey Harris, um, transitioned 2018, July 27th, while we were on vacation. I think part of my process and why I'm able to move forward, moms, is because I've got those confirmations that my son is still with me. Um, I used to not be able to say what happened without breaking down, talk about my son without breaking down. I still break down. I still get sad and cry, but it's because I miss the physical him. I miss his voice. I miss his touch, his kiss, his hugs. As you all know, he was a mama's boy, so I got lots of hugs and kisses from him. Um, he was only 20, so he was still a youngster. It was okay. But I got a lot of confirmation my son was here. At the time that my son's accident happened, I had a party venue. I had alarms and cameras in this party venue. Um, I couldn't see my cameras from my phone, but I had motion detectors and I had door bulbs on the one door inside the facility, which was the door to my office. So after I returned home from Myrtle Beach, like not the same day, but like the next day, I started getting alerts to my phone saying that there was motion picked up inside the facility and that my office door, had been opened. Crazy stuff like that. So at first, I thought it was the owner of the plaza that was going in there checking on things because he knew I lost my son. But they said they hadn't been in there. I had actually the first day it happened, I didn't call them. Second, third time it happened, because it was happening like around the same time. It would happen between 11 and 1 o'clock, and then again at night, always between 8, 10 o'clock. It's really weird. So at first I thought it was the plaza owner, but I called them after like the third day and they said, no, we haven't been to your facility. We would let you know. So I said, oh, because the alarm company's guys was calling me confused, like, we got an alert that your motion detectors went off, but you know, the entry doors have not been tampered with. Or they say, your office door had been opened and closed, um, but there's nobody in the facility. So after they called, like the third day, I just was point blank with them because I had did my studying, I educated myself. I said, listen, I'm sorry, you guys don't have to call me any longer if you're getting alerts that there's activity inside the facility, but no alarms have went off with any of my entry doors, which I had one front door, one back door. I said, because, I said, it's probably my son. And the guy was like, excuse me? I said, it's probably my son. He had an accident. He transitioned. And I don't know what else to tell you. And he was like, oh, okay, well, that explains it. And hung up. And they didn't call me anymore. But This activity happened all the way up until his funeral. So, one of the things I had read, guys, is that your loved one will sometimes linger, especially if it was an accident, and especially if it's a young spirit, because they're confused and they're bewildered. And I even read that sometimes they try to re-enter their body. They don't understand that their shell is expired. So what I've learned is that sometimes they stick around to try to console the ones that are really in pain from the loss from losing them. They attend their own funeral. It sounds like so way out there, but so I kind of challenged myself. I said, okay, this stuff sounds crazy, but this is what I'm gonna do. This is how we gonna do this. I'm telling myself this. I bargained with myself. I said, if I don't get any more alerts or alarms or any more signs and all that stuff after my son's funeral, then I believe all this crap. Then I believe it. Because my indoor activity alarms went off every single day up until his funeral. I kept watching my phone, guys. After his funeral, I kept watching my phone for an alert saying that there was activity in my facility. That was it. And the crazy thing is, I broke down and cried. You know why? Because I knew at that moment my son had to go. His energy had to, he left. So it was crazy for me because I said, oh my God, this crap is real. And then I said, wait, did my son leave then? Did he leave? So it was so crazy, guys. But that was another confirmation. One more real crazy confirmation, like that I will only tell a few people, and you guys are one of them. My kids, they know because they were there to witness it, and my ex-husband knows because he was there to witness it. He saw it. So, okay, we were in the house, guys, right? This was after my son's funeral. This was after my son's funeral. Maybe couple weeks or something after my son's funeral, maybe 2, 3 weeks. Okay, so I guess I got a visit, or there was he sent a sign or something. Sent I felt like after I digest what it and looked at everything by detail, I said my son was sending me a message that I needed to make a change now in my life. So my ex went outside, and on the south side of my house was filled with thousands of flies. Only thing was carved out was the doorway. It was filled with thousands of flies, guys. I don't know what this was. And where I live, our houses are literally 8 feet apart. This whole side of my house was filled with flies. Freaked him out. He ran in the house. Come look outside, come look outside. This crazy, this crazy. This whole side of the house is filled with flies. So I'm like, what? So I come outside, it's filled with flies. Me doing my studying, learning about the afterlife and how they send messages and how they communicate, I said, this is a sign. So I immediately started like scoping out. I looked at the house next to me. No flies on that house. Our cars were parked right there on the side of the house, in between the houses. Only flies was on his car, and our cars were bumper to bumper. Only the flies was on his car and the side of the house, okay? I go look on all other 3 sides of the houses, right? Of my house. No flies. None at all. All on this side. So now I'm like, okay, what connection is there? Why is there only flies on this side of the house? Okay, 2 reasons that I came up with. We were definitely going to see him because we come in and out. That's the side our door's on. We come in and out of that side, right? And inside my house, he sleeps on that side of the bed. That's what I got out of that. He sleeps on that side of the bed. I sleep on the north side. He slept on the south side. The flies was on the south side. The flies was on his car, not mine. They were bumper to bumper. So I said, this is a sign that this man is full of shit. Because flies like shit. So I knew that. I knew that. For a lot of years I knew that. And I should have been divorced a long time ago. But you try to live by your vows and make things work. But again, uh my son transitioned and sending me back this. So that's what I got out of that. It was crazy, guys. The flies wouldn't leave. I had to go get some raid and they died. They didn't even fly away. They were planted on my house. I had to raid them and they fell off. I know it sounds like a plague or something, y'all, but this is real talk. This is like so serious. And if I wasn't so in darkness and lost, I would have videotaped it. I would have had proof. But I was not thinking like that. I was so not thinking like that. I should have ran and got my phone. But being how he was, this was just, weeks after my son's accident. So I knew at that moment, this man got to go. He got to go now. He didn't want to leave, but you got to get up out of here. This telling me nothing gonna change. My son knows something I don't know. It's time to go. I'm over my time. I love you guys. If you're in Ohio, come out to I Never Forgotten. You got to register online at www.herjourneygroup.com. Guys, there is hope for us. Look at me. And I love and miss my son, but I'm finding ways to integrate him into my life. One of them is starting this group and connecting with you moms. Please keep your eyes open for signs because our kids do not want us to suffer. They want us to know. But if you're so boggled down in mourning and not able to connect and not able to identify, you can miss their sign, moms, okay? So please try to and if you haven't done your study, please do your own study. Please educate yourself. I was pushed to do this because I knew something wasn't right. It felt like my son was still here. I was in books reading on my phone on the way back home from Myrtle Beach. So self-teach yourself. It's a lot of books out there. It's a lot of reliable sources out there, guys. So do your research. Until the next time. Mwah.